What you guys, got another TV box review sent over by GearBest. This is the M8S Pro Plus, and this is the 4-core CPU, the S905X Amlogic CPU in that one. Also 2GB of RAM, 16GB ROM storage on here, 4K 60 frames per second, and HDR and H.265 supported on this version of TV Vox. Now this is the UK plug version. They do other versions as well, so let's get it out of the box and take a look. So you're going to get everything you need here to get up and running. You're going to have your remote control. Now this is a pretty basic remote control, pretty lightweight, and it's pretty standard. And you can use these other remote controls, which I'm showing you on the screen right now, to navigate. But these ones will suffice if you want to use them. But if you want something a bit more advanced, then this is something I would suggest you upgrade for much more ease of use. Now also, if you're playing games, you can use this other controller, which I'm showing you on the screen right now. Pretty affordable, about 15 odd pounds, which is pretty decent. If you want me to do a review on it, I will do. Let me know in the comments section. But these are the remote controls you'll get with it. Also on this one, we're going to get the 3-pin UK plug here with the adapter on the end to plug it into the actual device. Now if you come from Europe or another part of Europe or across the pond like the USA or Canada or something like that, it will come with a different type of plug here for you. Okay, now also you're going to get your HDMI cable inside here, which is pretty standard, and your user manual. And this is going to tell you how to set it up and how to get it up and running, and it's pretty sparse in here. There's not a lot of information, but it's enough to get you up and running. Now also, this is the MECOOL M8S Pro Plus version. As you can see here, plastic construction, pretty plasticky, not great to be honest, but you've got plenty of ventilation here, as you can see, and a bit of chrome trim around the outside. Plenty of ventilation, as you can see, all the way around here. So we have an AV inside here, you can see, and also we have Ethernet ports, also HDMI port here, and your DC 5 volts for your power to power it up, and also 2 USB ports here, and your micro SD card slot on there as well. On the bottom you've got 4 anti-slip rubber pads with plenty more cooling here, and maybe this is because it may run hot, I don't know. We can soon see by looking at the thermals. And you've got the information here. But pretty much it's a pretty entry-level sort of box, I would say. It's not one of the higher end ones, but we'll test it for speeds and specs, and pretty much they all perform the same way. But we'll have a good look at the MECOOL M8S Pro Plus and see what it performs like. Okay, so let's fire up the MECOOL TV box here, and we'll take a look at it in more detail to see what you get for your money. Now you can see this is the desktop of the MECOOL box, is the M8S Pro Plus, as we've mentioned before. Now if you want to add apps, you can do, and you can click on the add app area. So this is a pretty standard look for MECOOL boxes. Click on the add app and you can add in what apps you want, and they will be listed on the front of the page just like this here. Now also on here you're going to have TV Center, Explorer, apps and settings, and web. And you also get the notification of the apps you've got plugged in by turning green on the bottom right hand corner of the screen there. So let's have a look at Explorer here. This is where you can explore all your programs and stuff that's installed on the TV box. If you go into apps, this will give you a list of all your apps. You can push the arrow down key to go down further, or you can click on settings and click on apps, and this will give you another list of all the apps that are installed. Sometimes they only show up in here for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, but most of the time they will be in the apps section. You won't have to go in there. You've also got your Google Play Store, which is useful. This is where you can download all your games, software and apps and stuff like that. You've got Gmail, Chrome. As you can see, you've got loads of bits and pieces installed here. So let's take a look at the benchmarks here. We're going to click on this and run a benchmark for this one and see what it comes up as. You can see 33,401 is the score. Now we're going to run a benchmark with Geekbench, and the CPU benchmark here will give you the scores. And as you can see here, on the single core it's 618, on the multi-core it's 1,789. Now on the AIDA 64, you can see the system specs here are on the screen. It gives you the installed RAM 2GB, also Amlogic hardware and the board, and also you can see the CPU here. It's a 4-core CPU, 64-bit Cortex A53 1512 megahertz, and moving on to display 1920 by 1080, and also you can see the information there on the screen. Now we can move on until we get down to Android. It tells you it's running the latest version of Android, 7.1 Nougat or Nougat. And also we've got a rooted device here, which means it's rooted, and also it has all the latest Android security patches up until February. Now also the thermals 62.0 on this one. And also I did try the Miracast, couldn't get it to work. It gave me a black screen, not sure why that was, but I couldn't seem to get Miracast to work on this one for some reason. Now also you do have AirPlay on here as well. As you can see, loads of information here, and we'll move on to the next section so you can see some other benchmarks that I'll try and do, like some gaming and some video play and stuff like that, and we'll see what that comes out like. But you see a full list on the AirPlay here. Now again, if you want to look at the top bar here, you can just push up the top and you do get a little bar that pops down. There's none on the bottom. So I'll just quickly fire up Kodi. Kodi doesn't come pre-installed, but we'll try this 4K 120 megabits per second 10-bit file, and we'll play this. And you can see it's nice and smooth here, so no problems there. And I'll try one more here. We'll try this Paris. As you can see, nice and smooth. I've muted the sound, but basically you can see the picture is very, very clear and nice and smooth. And what we'll do here is try one more, and I'll try skipping this one just to see how it copes with skips in the video. You can see that caught up very fine there. Everything's okay, nice crisp picture, no shuttering or stuttering on the screen here. Now also I want to try it in the player just to see if it affects when we play these video files in player. So I'll try and play let's see, Dubai. Let's try this one. It's a 4K file, and as you can see, it's as smooth as silk. It really is. There's no jerkiness there whatsoever. Pretty impressive for this little TV box here. And these are pretty hefty sort of files really that you're trying to play. Our 4K files. And we'll maybe do one more here. Come down to Wonders and take a look at this one and see how that looks. I mean, the scenery there is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. And the picture quality is pretty good too, as you can see. And that's that one done. So we'll move on to the next review. We'll play some games to see how it fares with some games. So here we have some games. I've installed a couple just to see how they go, and you can see it's pretty smooth, can handle gameplay. Now I am using a gamepad here, and they're on offer at the moment for £15. So if you wanted to get yourself a gamepad for the Android device, then it's pretty good. It's a Bluetooth device or wireless device, and you can just turn her on and away you go. And another good game here, which is pretty good for the Android box, as you can see here. And you've got more control with the actual paddle there that you're using. So if you want to get yourself one of them, I will leave the link in the video description. But you can see here it's very, very smooth, no problems whatsoever. So you can use it for a bit of gaming, bit of streaming. And also if you get problems with your box where it freezes up, gets corrupt, you can always wipe it and put it back using that feature. Now you can see also it plays YouTube videos very, very well. No shuttering or stuttering there on this content. You can see it's very, very smooth. And you can only stream at 1080p via YouTube. It won't allow you to stream at 4K on this box, as you can see here. I'm just showing you this. The default is 1080p. Now let's try the Wi-Fi settings. Now I wasn't impressed with the Wi-Fi, to be honest. The router was in the other room. You can see I've got some sort of connection and it just kept dropping out, and I'm not sure whether it's the connection inside the box. It just can't connect. I get very good Wi-Fi in my property, and for some reason this box couldn't seem to go into the next room and connect and stream via the wireless connection. All in all, I think it performed pretty well for £34 English money. This is the MECOOL M8S Pro Plus. I want to thank GearBest for sending this over for review. I'll leave all the information in the video description with any discount codes if I get any. Okay, so just use those and you'll get a slight discount, but it is already £34. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Bye for now.